What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to MX Bikes. Hope you're doing good. Hope you are doing well. We're back with some more. We're going to be jumping into some more motocross today. Not Enduro yet, but we will do some more Enduro. I promise. I promise for all you Enduro fans. But yeah, today we're going to check out the new OEM preview bikes. So if you guys haven't heard, I'm sure most of you have. The OEM team are obviously working on some new stuff for the OEM bikes. Obviously, we had the factory bikes released by a different team of people recently, which we checked out in our last video on one of the tracks, but and they were pretty cool. They're pretty good. I enjoyed them. They felt a bit easier to ride than the standard OEM bikes, I won't lie. But yeah, it looks like the OEM team are, I don't know if it's in response to that, probably not. I'm sure they were working on this stuff anyway, but they've released some preview bikes. Basically they're not free, well, they will be free eventually, but if you want to get hold of the preview ones, which are these ones here, as you can see, OEM preview, KTM 250 SX-f 2023. There is a 450 as well. We'll be checking out the 250 today. Obviously, the models look the same as the current OEM bikes, but they've just made some tweaks to various different bits. It's obviously not a full release, it's just the KTMs. I'm sure there's going to be more as you go along. But yeah, if you want to get hold of these, you need to be an OEM supporter, and I'll put the links in the description. It'll basically cost you a $5. You can donate a $5 or you can donate a bit more. But yeah, $5, I think it was euros? I think it was euros. Works out about £4 something. But yeah, so if you want to, you can. Obviously, eventually these will be free on MXB mods as per usual. But if you want to get early access, and I'm assuming we're going to get some different models and stuff, probably early access as well, then they're just asking you support the OEM project and yeah, put a little a donation, I guess. To the team so they can carry on working on them. So I thought I'd check out. It's only cheap. Check out some new bikes. People seem to be saying they're really good. So we thought we'd jump in and have a little look. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, jump on 250. We're going to check out another new track. We're going to jump on another Steezy racing track, or Steezy MX, Steezy Studios. It's been released fairly recently. By the time you see this, it's probably been out a little bit. But we're going to go to Hill Raceway even. Oklahoma, USA, is it? Or is that where Steezy Studios is from? That might be Steezy. Yeah, Texas. Decatur, I don't know, America. Whatever that says, and I'm assuming TX is Texas, pretty sure it is. But yeah, this is the track, Steezy Studios again. It's not meant to be, so it is a real life track, but it's a kind of interpretation of the track. It's not meant to be to scale, not meant to be exactly the same as the real life track. I noticed them saying that in the comments, so I'll get that out there. It's not meant to be realistic, so if you live near this track and you go to this track, it's not meant to be exactly the same. But yeah, we're going to jump into this one, check out the OEM preview bikes, and just have a little blast around. Cool. Right, let's get into it, man. So I haven't really changed too much. I've changed a few little bits. I've dropped the PSIs, changed the tires, brakes and stuff on this OEM preview KTM. I've not touched suspension, so I'm sure someone's already probably done a decent setup for this one. But yeah, I've not touched it. I haven't touched drivetrain. I have raised the fork height a little bit, because this is what we always used to do on or what people seem to do on the OEM bikes, the current OEM bikes, so I figured I'd bump it up a little bit. I've had a couple laps without bumping it up, so I've just bumped it up a smidge. I think it was on 5 or 4 as default, so I've smacked it up a little bit just to hopefully stop the wheeling too much. But it feels better already, I won't lie. So I've done a couple laps already. It does feel good. Feels good. Feels a little bit easier to manage, a little bit easier to control and stuff. Just a bit more responsive, I guess, is the best way to put it. But yeah, I mean, let's jump out onto the track and see how we get on. Here we go. Let's check out. I had a few issues with the graphics then, but we're all good. So as I said, we're on the OEM preview bike, another Steezy Studios track. As I said, Oak Hill, whatever it was. And yeah, I don't know. These things feel alright. Like I said, I've literally done a couple laps, so I'm going to be crashing everywhere. Obviously, this is a start game. I mean, let's just check out the track first, and then we'll talk about the bikes. Again, similar to the Steezy Studios track we did. I think that was the last episode, wasn't it? That we did. Similar sort of style, obviously the trees and the autumnal kind of vibes, the sun setting and all that sort of stuff. Even the terrain's kind of similar, but yeah, it feels good. Not a bad track at all. Again, I think these are kind of more, they're quite good for probably beginners like myself. Obviously, if you're new to the channel or you're just checking this video out because you want to check out this track, I'm very new to MX bikes. I think I didn't look before I started the game today in Steam, but I reckon we're still probably only 20 hours in, maybe, as you can see. And a lot of those 20 hours have been me messing about with mods, and obviously we're trying different bikes, left, right and centre, which I probably shouldn't be doing. That's probably not the best way to start the game, but I should probably be getting it consistent on one bike rather than jumping on all these different ones. But yeah, so the track's probably quite a good one for beginners. I mean, I've managed to get around it. a couple times without crashing, which is good. I'm sure I'll crash everywhere now that we're obviously doing a video, because why wouldn't I? That would make sense. We're all over the place already. But yeah, I mean, there's a few little things. There's a birdhouse up there with some crazy looking skeleton in it. Or is that an alien? It's probably an alien. There's a because there's a UFO up there, as you can see above us. So yeah, it makes sense if it was an alien. But yeah, like the layout and stuff and the trees and stuff is similar to the previous track that they did. But I like it. I like it. We've got plenty of ruts and stuff to get in, and plenty of different styles of jumps, and yeah, all that sort of stuff. So pretty cool track, man. There's a big old triple here. See if we can make it. Yeah, easy, mate, easy. We're gonna over jump it even and go flying down. But yeah, another cool track. So fair play for these guys making these tracks. And it's another free track, so no complaining, definitely not from me anyway. Like I said, I think it's not an exact replica of this track that in real life. It's like interpretation. So it's got a similar layout, but I'm not sure about the the height map and stuff. But yeah, I'll put a link in the description if I remember. But obviously it's on the MXB Mods website. It's been out probably for might be a week by the time you where are we going? By the time you see this video. So yeah, you guys might have already checked it out, but I thought I'd jump in and Steezy himself, I'm assuming him, obviously commented on our last video of the track we did. So I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I like what you're doing. Thanks for making tracks for free. It's always good. It's always good. So yeah, Hill Raceway. Just send over this beast of a double. But yeah, you got some stuff over here. Let's just have a quick check out. So there's some trucks and stuff, which obviously you can drive through. You got the massive start gate over there. Got some little hangar almost looking things over here. There is a path around there. I don't know if this actually goes anywhere. It's just kind of part of the pits almost. It leads you up to certain parts of the track. Yeah, it's kind of a path that goes right outside the track really, by the looks of it. Nothing too crazy, but obviously got the logo everywhere and stuff in dirt, which is pretty cool. And yeah, just some green grass surrounded by some nice autumnal trees. Why are we so slow? Why are we only doing like 50 miles an hour? Interesting. Is that the gearing? It must be the gearing. That seems fairly slow. So that's, I mean, there you go. There's something that we're testing out on the OEM preview bikes. I don't know. I'm sure the top speed of the normal OEM bikes was a lot quicker than that, but even on the 250. But yeah, there's a track. Obviously UFO up there. We had a blimp in the last track, UFO this time, which is pretty cool. And then obviously this is the pits over here. I think it's got 24 start gates, so plenty of room. And yeah, as you can see, we've got all this stuff up here. So pretty cool, pretty damn cool. So yeah, let's try and do another full lap. And yeah, we'll talk about the OEM preview stuff. As I sort of mentioned just now, they're not free. They're not free to play at the moment. You do need to be an OEM supporter. So as I said, I'll pop the link down below. But effectively all it means is you just log into or create an account on the OEM page. And to become like an official supporter, you just need to do, I'm assuming it's just a one-time donation. You can donate whatever you want, but the minimum is I believe it's €5. So, which is not, it's not a lot of money, is it really? Considering that most of this stuff in this game is free, and obviously the OEM bikes themselves are free, the current ones, and these will also be free at some point. So obviously no rush, don't feel like you have to pay, but if you want to get early access to them, then you do. And yeah, five quid, whatever currency that's going to be. Don't know what that works out as in dollars, but probably not a lot. Yeah, it's like £4 something in English sterling, pound sterling, but it's not a lot of money, and I'm assuming we'll get some more models and stuff. As I said, there's a 450. We're obviously checking out a 250. We've not done hardly any 450 riding, so I don't fancy jumping on a 450 straight away. And obviously there's nothing really to compare it to. But I mean, as you can see, hopefully you can see, if you watch some of the other videos, I'm doing alright, really. Like, as I said, I've only done a couple laps around this track. I don't know it very well at all. And we're going to probably crash now, yeah. But, I mean, that's just my poor riding skills. But, we're doing fairly well. I do feel they feel a little bit easier to ride than the standard OEMs, which I guess is obviously the plan. That's the idea. They're making them more user-friendly. And just work a little bit better with the physics of the game itself. But I'd say it feels probably easier to ride than the factory bikes that we checked out last time, the factory Honda that I was riding, the 250. I do think it does seem a little bit more what's the word? It's just a bit more consistent and like a little bit more I guess forgiving. I mean, they're not completely forgiving. Don't get me wrong. You still need to know what you're doing. You still need to be fairly good at the game to be able to get around a full lap without crashing, as you obviously have already seen. We've already crashed a fair few times. We're going to crash again probably. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say the front end feels pretty planted, which again, obviously I'm very new to the game, but I've read obviously here, there and everywhere that the front end has always been a little bit of an issue, especially going up hills and stuff. It does feel quite planted. It does feel quite planted. A little bit more responsive, a little bit more, gives a bit more feedback. Feedback's probably a good word. Yeah, you can kind of feel what's going on with it a bit more, and it behaves a little bit more as you'd expect it to behave when you're going around some of these corners. I'm sure I'll do some casing or some over jumping and we'll still crash, but I would also say it feels better on, you know, over jumping, which is something that I seem to struggle with a lot so far, being a beginner. Is over jumping stuff or casing stuff, I'm always crashing. I'm never landing stuff if I case it. I mean, we're gonna crash now, but I see there we're not. Like, and that's with, you know, I've not messed about with suspension. Suspension might be a little bit too hard, possibly. Yeah, I mean, the back end just booted me off then. But yeah, with a proper setup, I imagine they feel pretty good. Like, I'm not here to obviously, you know, show you suspension setup. So if you're looking for a setup for these bikes, go elsewhere. Obviously finish watching this video though, but like, yeah, I'm not a pro at this game in any way whatsoever. I'm very new, but they feel good. They do feel good. They do feel good. I mean, I'm being more consistent than I have been at all, I reckon. Yeah, like that. We cased that completely then, and I managed to save it. So just been a big struggle for me on all the other bikes, including the factory ones. So it's definitely something about these bikes that feel pretty good. As I said, we haven't tried out the 450 as we crash again. But yeah, the 250 feels pretty nice, man. Feels pretty nice. So I'm going to be riding around on this thing for a little bit, I think. Just get used to the game on this bike. Check out some tracks that I've already rode. Obviously trying to ride them against other people online. We'll have to find a lobby that allows these bikes in the lobbies. And obviously it's slightly unfair. Oh, God. Against people that are riding the stock OEMs. But I'm not going to be giving anyone any troubles, I'm telling you now. We can't even beat our own ghost, as you can see. So, and now I'm crashing everywhere, just because I said they feel good. But, yeah, I mean, check them out. If you want to spend the money, check them out. Obviously, if you don't want to spend the money, they will be out at some point. I can't imagine it's going to be anytime soon. I imagine they've got a lot of work to do. I know all the other videos I've watched, sort of Lynn's and Reprodoc, and, you know, various other people have always said, like, it's not as easy as just creating one bike and then changing the plastics on it. Like each bike, each manufacturer, each bike has got its own different kind of personality, different physics and specs, and yeah, it needs a different setup. So it's not as easy as just creating one decent bike and sticking some different color plastics on it, basically. Which makes sense. It should be. Obviously, all the bikes have got different characteristics and stuff. We've obviously been riding a lot of Hondas lately, factory and just a normal CRF G50 OEM bike. But the KTM feels good, man. I started on the KTM when I first picked up the game, the normal OEM KTM. But this does feel good. It does feel good, definitely. Obviously, they look exactly the same as the current OEMs. No skins as of yet, unless there is, and I've not been able to find them yet. But yeah, well, I'll keep an eye out if there are some skins and stuff coming, or if we can get some. The skins that you've already got for the current OEM bikes don't seem to work, or at least they didn't for me anyway. So, didn't give me the option to add the paints in. So, yeah. Yeah, it feels good, man. It feels good. So I'd recommend, if you want to spend a $5, I would recommend having a go. If you're not fussed, and obviously wait until it gets released properly. But they feel pretty good. They feel pretty good. And again, this track feels pretty good as well. So fair play to Steezy Studios. Another decent little track here. As I said, probably one for the intermediate to beginners. Not probably one that the pros are going to be riding around too much, but it's just a nice flowing track, to be fair. It's not a bad track at all. It's got some crazy elevation changes and big old jumps, and it's a pretty nice track, I reckon. So yeah, fair play. Yeah, cool. I think we'll leave it there. Probably be quite a short video, but I thought we'd just check out this track and these bikes, see how it all goes, and just carry on the journey of MX bikes, really. I'm going to keep doing some more. As I said, we will do some more Krakenberg, more enduro stuff. I will try and do some recording for that as well. Maybe we'll do it on this bike, to be fair, or maybe we'll jump on the 450. You never know. Yeah, keep an eye out for that, and obviously keep an eye out for anything else that's coming out on the channel. Kind of just doing a little mixture of everything in a minute while we wait for Ride 5 and some other stuff to come out really. But yeah, I'm enjoying playing the game. So hopefully you guys are enjoying watching it, the few of you that are. Yeah, leave some comments down below, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers, which would be pretty damn cool to get to. And yeah, I'll see you next time for some more motorbike videos. See you then, guys. Cheers. Bye.